Hi, it's Sophie here with Sophie's Dish. So if you like this type of video, make sure to click and subscribe. Well, the purpose of this video, I'm already really excited for it, is that at the beginning of 2019, I decided I was going to do a lot of traveling. It was one of my main objectives. I wanted to see the world, I wanted to meet new people, and little did I know I was going to end up traveling every single month this year, both for work, so I'm a client project manager, so I go to client sites, as well as for fun. So I ended up going to 7 different countries, meeting a lot of new people, seeing a lot of attractions, and throughout that, I've really refined my packing list. And I was really excited to put this together because I know a lot of you guys are going on your holiday travels or planning for vacations next year, so hopefully this will be useful. As well as everything that I list, I'll put in the description bar below. And I'm also going to be sending out my personal checklist that I go through. I have a checklist on my phone and I go through it every time, and it makes it so much easier. So I have a lot of stuff behind me that I'm going to show and a lot of stuff that I'm really excited to talk about. So first off, do this every single time. No matter where you're going or if you've been there before, check the weather. Check the weather when you're packing and check the weather, the day before, because weather can change a lot. So I ended up going to Scotland this year, which was amazing, but I was soaked through and through. It was so much rain. I really wish I knew at that time that I should have brought my duck boots. So here I have a set of Sperry duck boots that I've used the whole entire year. Nothing too fancy, but they're super comfortable to walk in. They come in a lot of variety of colors and sizes, and they are waterproof, and it's been super useful for me. Another thing is I would recommend printing out your tickets if you can, if you're doing international travel, because maybe your phone is lagging, you can't connect to Wi-Fi, you're out of charging. So that's one of the things I do recommend. Another piece of my traveling this year, I used to be one of those people who carried giant bombers, like huge 50-pound suitcases to the airport, and then I realized it was really hurting my back. I was paying a lot for fees. I noticed a lot of airlines now are charging you for carry-on items, for checked luggage, so I really try to do 2 types of travel. So one travel I do with just a personal item, and I'll show you what bag I use for that, and another item where I have a personal item plus a carry-on. I very rarely do checked luggage these days, but in the event that I do, I also have an option for that too. So first off, when I started thinking about my first solo vacation, so I went to Italy, England, Switzerland, and France this year. It was amazing. I loved it, but I also didn't want to pay for luggage. So I did a lot of searching, and I have 2 options that I really like. So the first option, if you're in the US, you probably don't know this brand as well, but it's Decathlon, and you can get this backpack, or you can get any backpack that you like, but I do find a hiking backpack with good back support is really important if you're going to be carrying everything on your back and traveling a lot. I know in Europe there's a lot of cobblestone streets, and so pulling luggage is really not ideal. But one of the things I loved is this is a smaller backpack. It's about 30 liters, and it fits everything I need for 2 weeks, assuming that I do washing. So I use a lot of compression bags, so I'll show you that. And if you guys want to see more about the backpacks, I can do a separate video, but it's pretty simple. It has a good back mount, and then there's a lot of space, and then there is elastics throughout this, and then there's a little pouch on the side, and I also really like this hip support, which I thought was really important. So this one I got from Decathlon online, as well as another one that's really popular on the internet that I did a lot of researching is the eBags. This is the Junior Weekender. The regular Weekender is about 1 inch or 2 bigger, but this does fit as a personal size item, and I was able to use it on some discount airlines. So it looks just like a chunky backpack, but this holds as much as my chest suitcase. Not that I actually want to carry that much weight on my back. This is a lot of amenities. You can put the straps inside and out. It has amazing pocket systems, as well as it has this amazing separation compartment. So my husband actually uses this now because I find it a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier for me. I'm only 5 feet tall, and so generally when I'm doing personal items, I'd like it to be under 15 pounds. And this, when expanded, you can put a lot of stuff into it, and I might do a video more in depth about this particular bag. But I really like it, and you can also buy this online. So before I start any packing adventure, I really think about compression bags. You have to have them. If you've never used them before, it's a total game changer. Obviously, you can roll your clothing, but you can get these amazing compression bags. I've gotten these for a lot of my friends, and I really like them. You can get them on Amazon or a lot of travel stores. They're just kind of a mesh bag, and you put all your clothes in there, and then it compresses and sucks in the air and gives you so much more space. So generally, for light travel, I use about 2 of them, one for my main clothes and one for like underwear, swimsuits, other stuff that I like, daily essentials. So another thing that I think is a bit extra, but I really like it, is that often when I'm staying at a hotel or a friend's place, I want to put my dirty clothes in a separate bag, whether that is a separate reusable bag. I found this really nice hamper that I got from DSW, but you could probably find something similar. So I'm just going to grab it over here. All right, so it's a very flat, this is my favorite part, it's very flat, and then it opens up, and you can put tons and tons of clothes in there. Otherwise, I have just used a mesh bag, and then I've tied it up so it can have my dirty clothes in a separate place. That's just me. You don't have to have that, but I like it. Another thing that I like doing is making sure that I have an expandable bag. So here, I have a Victoria's Secret bag that I have, and I really appreciate that it has a zip so things don't fall out when I'm doing the checked luggage. It's just very, very big and very lightweight. So you don't have to use a certain brand. You can use any kind of bag like this so that in the event you buy tons of souvenirs and great stuff on your travels, you can just open this bag and then check it or do whatever you need to. It holds so much, as well as it's a perfect personal item for your carry-on. Man, I talk a lot about bags, but I do use them and I'm very into them. Another one that I do use is this. I've talked about it before, but it's just a large reusable bag I got on Amazon. It's very large, so it's perfect for traveling, saving the environment, no like plastic bags. So I have this. It's very lightweight and it folds easily, and I highly recommend getting a reusable bag, especially if you're going to Europe where they're not using plastic bags as much. The last 2 bags I'm going to talk about, well actually 3 here, 3 or 4, is this. This is my Disney backpack. So I have this one, as well as I have one from Decathlon that is one of my faves. It's just a really light day pack. You can just put your water bottle in there, you know, napkins, tissues, your travel agenda, your maps, so that when you're going, you're not taking your big backpack. You can just have this one or this one on the go, and it's really easy. They're really lightweight, and this one from Decathlon is so cheap. It's under $5, and I've used this in 7 different countries this year. If you're looking for something more heavy duty, so something I use for work with my laptop, is I use this Under Armour bag, and I really like it. It has a lot of compartments. It's lightweight, but it has a shoe compartment at the bottom, and it has a laptop case, and it gives me a lot of structure. So if I am carrying my laptop, I do prefer having a laptop case. I have tried a lot of different bags this year that were more flimsy, and then I felt that I hurt my back a lot. Or if I'm carrying it for a long time, I recently upgraded to this teeny tiny Underseater. So I got this on Amazon. It's by American Tourister. It comes in a lot of different colors. It is about the size, it's so tiny. It really fits under the seat. It's perfect when you're getting on those little planes and you don't want to check your luggage. But also, I got it because sometimes I do need my laptop. You know, I'm going for work and I don't want to carry that thing on my back because my laptop's kind of heavy, and so I can put everything for my couple days trip in here. I never thought I'd be using one of these, but it's so great, and I don't get charged fees. It's super lightweight. You can also get something very similar at Costco. One of my friends really swears by hers, and she really likes it. All right, I think I finished all the different kinds of bags that I use and I really like using. So let's jump into some other pieces. So I did a couple 2- and 3-week trips this year. And when you're on trips, my #1 tip for not packing a lot is washing your clothes. So generally I pack about 1 week's clothing, and I'll show you some options that I pack, and then I wash throughout that experience. And you can go to a laundromat and wash your clothes there. And I've also washed my clothes in the sink in a hotel. But our father-in-law gave this really nifty little tool that I want to show you. You just saw it earlier. It's this Scrubba bag. It is a bag that has these built-in little plastic bumps on the inside. And all you do is you put your dirty clothes in there, you pour some water in here, you roll it up. Oh, actually put some soap, because you do want some soap. You roll it up, and then you squish it around. I think it says like a minute or 90 seconds. I usually squish it for about 3 minutes. And then you rinse it out, and you put some more water, and then you roll it again. And then I find it really is useful. I used it when we were in New York visiting my friend. But I can definitely see it being really useful in Europe because those washers and dryers take so much longer than the American ones. And so I don't have to be sitting there in a cafe just waiting for my laundry. And then you just air dry it. So I just do it the day before I'm leaving the hotel or an apartment that I'm staying at. But I'll link this down below. It's pretty useful. You could probably replicate something similar with a wet bag, but I really like this one.